Um, the Pomage story, like, what happened? I'm pretty sure we just I don't even think that was like a story. I'm pretty sure we fucking I don't know. I think we just randomly had him coach us and we just won that event. But me and Seth became friends. I mean, like, I don't even really know what happened with the Seth and me thing. Like, after a while, it was kind of like, well, let me turn off fucking this. And after I watched them get fucking absolutely manhandled by 100 Thieves at champs, um, Seth texted me like right when they lost and said like, "Do you want to meet up?" And I just had a fucking horrible year myself. And I was like, "Bro, fuck it, let's just fucking talk." And then he pretty much just said like, "Holy shit, I fucking need you." And I said, "Holy shit, yeah, you do." And then we just decided to team again. That's pretty much the whole thing. That's exactly how it happened too, or that's exactly how it happened. And I said, "Finally, you just fucking admit it, you little fucker." And he said, "Yes, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, master." And ever since then, as you guys can tell, I've had the reins the whole time with him. Just a little bitch, and you know. Wow, he actually just pushed me. What other discussing would have been? Wait, what? I think I could have been good at Black Ops 4. I don't think I was as bad as people make it out to be. Like, you gotta keep in mind, my team was fucking horrible. Like, from the start of the year, like, Pierce was nasty. We pretty much just baited for him the whole time, and I was fine with that. But then once we started losing doing that, we didn't really change, and none of my SOG players wanted to run a fucking SOG. That was really what fucked me over. Everyone wanted to use a Maddox, like the thing about Black Ops 4 is the game was like pure teamwork. Like, you had to team shot everything together and fucking play together, or else your team was just gonna be ass. And all my SOG players didn't even want to fucking use a SOG, so I was pretty much shocked right then and there. But I still made the most of it. Even at champs, when I had fucking baiting Brack and slow ass user, and two people that still didn't want to use a SOG, I just used War Machine Maddox and just ran in first every fucking time and didn't care. I would just try to get a kill, and then hopefully they would just trade out the rest. And it actually did work. Like, we beat a lot of teams that still managed to beat fucking 100T at that event, which is just pathetic on their part, if we're being honest. Like, how bad my team was compared to their team. The fact that we beat them at champs is literally fucking embarrassing, but whatever, you know. And then I had, you know what's crazy is I had a feeling that we could have actually been a deep run, because I knew that if we played Optic, we would have fucking smoked them, and I knew if we beat Rec, we would have played Optic. So I was just like, alright. And we go up 2-0 versus Rec, and I'm like thinking to myself, like, bro, I'm about to be able to play Optic at champs. Like, it's gonna be horrible. We just 3-0'd them at Miami the event before. I knew they would be nervous playing us, and we go up 2-0 versus Rec and choke that. So that's pretty much how that went. And then I lost to General. So that event was just horrible, all around. Just hated it, start to finish, hated it. Yeah, like I said, that's part of the nade shot curse thing. You just cursed me at champs, bro. That's just another example. This guy, like, right here.
Artillery targeting detected. Net call, incoming artillery.
Fuck, dude. Hold on, guys. You think Dylan Dash can live the expedition in TGB? Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to playing with this team. Like, I think Envoy is, I'm glad that fans started to see, like, how good he was, because Dylan's actually gross, dude. And not only that, he's also a really smart player. Like, I think Dylan has a really bright future as a COD player. Because he's like, he's obviously got the gun skill and, like, you know, all that shit. Got that shit down packed. But the thing that makes him a lot better than, like, most people on the come up is that he's just really smart and he thinks about COD in, like, a really good way. And a lot of up and comers, they don't think about COD like that. A lot of up and comers just think like if they just do well stats wise and they're just nasty, that they'll just get picked up, which is honestly is the case. So it's like not even a bad way of thinking if you want to get on a team. But like Envoy made a really good like debut on with Gen G, and then also just like has that another, like, I don't know, another
Take the next round.
another aspect to his gameplay,
Taking B.
where he's just a really smart little nerdy player, which is really, really good. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like I think people just forgot how good Brandon is. I feel like people that hate on Brandon, they're either like hive mindset people, or they're just fucking haters. Like, I don't know, because Brandon was so good at Black Ops 4 and like type of player he is, like the flashy, like shit like that. People just don't want to see players like that do well, to be honest.
Halftime.
And like I think they just forgot how good he was. They're just haters.
This was a single setback on our inevitable.
Brandon's a full-blown superstar, and then like he has an off year. MK2 Max donated 250. Said,
Switching
"What
early
insane teams
points.
have you been a part of?" Hold on, I'll answer that in one sec. Scythe, thank you for the bits, brother. Ems, thank you for the tier 1. Wavy, thank you for the tier 1.
Take the objectives.
Vital donated 5 and said, "Do you think you would have had a good chance of making a run in World War Champs to be?" Yeah, I think we beat United in World War II Champs. I honestly think, no troll, I think we would have won the event. I think the teams that were left in the event, I think that we matched up against them really well. I think we would have actually beat everyone in the tournament still. But we just choked to United. The team got 1v3'd. I was dead, of course. And then, it all went downhill after that.
Taking B.
But the other question was, what insane teams could I have been a part of? I mean, like, I remember there was a time in IW where
Enemy air
my
patrol
team was
inbound.
pissing me the fuck off, like bad, and they're sitting here bitching about like Octane, like they're like Octane's so nasty and shit. Like we're playing Frost Uplink, they're like, dude, Octane's so nasty, and I'm just sitting there thinking like, bro, are you guys fucking trolling me? You guys don't realize that all 3 of his fucking teammates are just going on the high wall run the whole time, like, and Sam's in the background just like shooting people in the foot, or he's just on the floor just shooting people. You know what I'm saying? They're like, dude, it's Octane, and I lost full. But during that period, like, there was a time when I think we had lost Anaheim, and it was like teams that I was gonna join, or I wanted to leave, and I wanted to play with like Pierce, or like I wanted to take Octane's spot or something like that. I remember one time, I know there was a time when General hit me up when I was like, there were obviously rumors that I was looking for teams or like looking to leave Optic or something, and I give him the respect that he even messaged me, asked me like, I don't know, dude, this fucking chopper's gonna kill me, dude. No. Dude, are you joking? I gotta put that shit on. Shit, son.
Hostile spy plane established overhead.
Alright, Mia. Enjoy your work.
Whole machine ready for use.
Do you think if y'all won stage 1... Yeah, I mean, if we won the playoffs in World War II, I think we probably would have stayed together, yeah.
And I miss you. And
I
now
forgot to pick up VO4 MVP, please. I mean, it was pretty much the same situation in both games. Like, obviously you guys heard last year in the scrims and shit, like, how Pierce would get when we were scrimming. And it was just like, you can't practice under that environment. Like, I don't know. Like, and I would say it was even worse whenever we were on LG and there were no streams on. And he was the best player on our team. Like, it was so bad, dude. Like, holy shit. And I take blame for that. No bullshit. Well, I don't take all blame for it, because obviously, like, I'm not making him, like, say all that shit. But I take partial blame because I think I could have been, once again, like, I could have been a better leader for the kid, you know, and right when he started acting like that, I could have, like, you know, cut that shit out. But I didn't, and then got out of hand to where I couldn't even change it after that point. And it was just horrible. It was a horrible PAX environment. We weren't winning, like, basically just all around bad vibes. I just fucking sort of ground and cheesecake to deal with it. Quick Hunter, thank you for the gifted sub, brother. I want to put that chopper on that I can control, though. I have this one on, but... Fuck, dude. Come on. napalm strike. What the fuck is that? This event I ever played? I mean, definitely IW champs.
Losing B.
At that event, I feel like I just like, I didn't care what happened, but I just knew that I wasn't gonna let my team lose that event. I didn't care who we played. I didn't care. I did not give a fuck that we lost to Envy in winners bracket. Like I was just like, I don't care. I was like, low key, I was kind of happy because we get to play more. No joke. That was the kind of event I was having. Remember UMG South Carolina? Yeah, it was a complete shit show. It was horrible. We had to play. There was like Bluetooth issues. The whole event was just chalked. We went to an event. We didn't play until like Sunday or something. It was weird. The event sucked from start to finish.
Losing A. Losing Bravo.
Oh shit.
But the revolution lives on.
Ricky's 1v2 story? I mean, I don't even know like if it's a real story behind it. Like, that's just Ricky 101, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just came through. I have no idea how he won that 1v2 still to this day. No idea. I don't know if face cam and IMW. If you're talking about the CDL matches, because their camera didn't work and they didn't allow me to use the one that I use for streaming. Like the CDL cameras that we used, they weren't like fucking Logitechs. Like they were cams that they sent us that we had to use. I couldn't use mine, and they thought they fixed my camera by sending me a new part, but it wasn't. I don't know. Just long story short, it was just broken. Oh, and I play naked as well, so they probably didn't want that as well. I'm Japanese Italian. Curtis. I hope so with you after MW champs. I mean, like MW champs, it sucked because I think we could have beat FaZe in both those series, and I think that we would have matched up against Empire a lot better. The 250 Nova, how's it going, Matt? You feeling this game for your? Yeah, I'm feeling this game so far, bro. It's fun. Is your favorite competitive weapon in COD the MV4? No, dude. I think my favorite gun. I don't know, man. What do we use? Might be the bow. I think the bow honestly might be the best, or my favorite. The bow was so fun to use, dude. Like, so fun.
Team deathmatch.
World War II or MW?
Continue
MW.
the liberation.
I hate World War II. At least I got to play the whole fucking MW year from my room. I didn't have to fly to events to play that shit.
We are pulling ahead.
Like, fuck it. Year was just chalked from the start. Much of a pimp daddy. Dude, I love playing with Sharp, bro.
We are falling behind.
Sharp's a cool ass dude. And he's fucking hilarious. Even though he absolutely cost me at the Ghost Champs, it's all good.
Control.
I really enjoyed playing with Brandon. And that whole TK team, we had a lot of fun. And once again, yo, chat, alright, you guys want to hear a story? I've told it a few times, but I think the story is so funny, it's kind of fucked up. But, so let's turn the clock back to like fucking 2013, 14. Call of Duty Ghost comes out, okay? And me and some Halo pros decided to go try out COD because I remember being at a Black Ops 2 event. I think it was like Anaheim or something. And I was watching them play, and I was like, bro, this game looks so fucking easy. Which, rightfully so, it was. Like, I just felt like everything I was watching, I was like, I could probably do this shit. And so me and some Halo pros go to the first Ghost event, and we do good. Or not good. I mean, yeah, we didn't do bad, but we get some attention, whatever. And we beat a couple good teams and whatever. So I ended up leaving my Halo team because I felt like there was no way that I could have stayed with my Halo team and then actually gotten like really good. I think like we were okay, but I felt like I had a better chance for myself if I just played with a bunch of COD players and had them teach me how to play COD. So then I get my first shot with fucking Fear, okay? I get my first shot with Fear, and this team's me, Daddy Moho, okay, one of the OGs, Dido, and Complex. Yeah, this guy named Complex. I'll tell you guys a funny story about him in a second. So we went to like Philly or something. I had fucking Lamar yelling at me, and I was. And then we lose that, and so now I'm about to leave Fear. Okay, so at this point I'm getting okay at COD, but I'm not like that nasty yet. Okay, and so here's the story I was gonna say. So now I'm looking for teams, and at the time TK is like a top 2 team. It's like Complexity then TK. Okay, and I have no right being on TK at this point. Like I'm pretty much just like a brand new player still, whatever. But TK ends up dropping or no, they don't drop. Goonjar ends up leaving TK for Envy, okay? And they need a 4th now. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll throw my name in the hat. And it was between like me, Stainville, or Proofy, I think were the options. And back then, Proofy and Stainville were both like pretty solid pickups for them. They needed a main AR and shit. And I wasn't even like an AR or a sub player at this point. I was just kind of like a player. I didn't know what I was gonna be, and so I put my name in the hat, okay? And I'm thinking to myself like, there's no shot I get on this fucking team, but whatever, I'll just try. And so I get a message from like Neslo. Neslo's like, yo, like we want to try you out, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like we want to give you like some games, and I'm like, fuck yeah, like I'm down. Granted, not, you know, like the games I played in, I'm pretty sure I was like frying, so I was doing my thing. But like I said, at this point, I have no business being on TK. Like, they should have, like, I remember a bunch of COD pros being salty that I got picked up. But the only reason I got picked up, if you want the honest to God truth, is because Neslo was like a fan of me in Halo. Like, no joke, he was like a fanboy of me when I was playing in Halo. Like, and like, I was nasty in Halo, okay? So I had a bunch of clips and shit, and Neslo wanted to watch clips back with me, like, together, and I'm like, fuck yeah, bro, like, let's watch the shit. And he just gassed me and shit. I'm like, okay, yeah, this guy, like, I'm the only reason I get picked up on TK, or he's the only reason I get picked up on TK. So fast forward like 2 weeks into scrims, okay? At this point, I'm on TK. Like, I have no idea how it's happening, but I'm on TK, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, alright, bro, let's go. I just got completely gifted a spot. And, so we're scrimming, whatever. And there's this one night, alright, where we get done with practice, and I get a party invite notification, and I'm like, what the hell? Because back then we were on the 360 still, so you were still talking in like Xbox Live party chat, right? So everyone gets off. 30 minutes later, I'm just chilling. I think I was playing like League of Legends or something, and I got an invite to a party chat, and I join it. It's fucking Theory and Sharp, right? And I'm like, yo, what's good, guys? And they're like, yo, we gotta get rid of Neslo, bro. And right when he said that, survival instincts kicked in for me, and I'm like, okay. So the situation I walked into was that these two want to get rid of Neslo. This is between them before I joined the team. Like, they just didn't want to play with him for a while. So I immediately hop on that train route. Like, because all I want to do is just stay on TK. At this point, I'm like, all right, they're wanting to get rid of him. So I jump on the train. I'm like, yeah, we got to get rid of fucking Neslo, bro. Like, we got to get rid of him. I don't know. And and I'm like, thinking to myself, like, yeah, bro, I just got to put all the blame on this fucker. And I feel bad. I feel so bad to this day, too, because like I said, Neslo was the only reason I got on that fucking team. And then they end up dropping him, like, with no mercy. And I just immediately, I was like all about it. I was like, hell yeah, bro, get this guy the fuck out of here. And so we drop Neslo and pick up Goonjar, because Goon ended up wanting to come back. He went to Envy for like a couple days and then wanted to play with us again. So then, basically, all in all, I just pretty much swapped places with Neslo. After he got me on the team, I just dropped him, and I still feel bad about it. But like, you know, it had to happen, bro. Like, he had to go. And I think like he would have gotten dropped regardless, because that was already fucking, like I said, it was already like an issue before I joined the team. But I mean, you know, it is what it is, bro. Like, dog eat dog world out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just had to go. It was either him or me. Like, he had to go. And on a real note, though, on a serious note, like, over the years, like, a lot of people used to call me, like a snake, and, like, say I was, like, not loyal to teams. Like, I mean, I don't give a fuck. Like, back then, to get off a team, because there were no contracts back then, bro. Literally, you could play with one team one night, shit would go bad, or you want to get someone off the team, you could literally just say, yo, we're not playing with that kid again, let's just switch him. And you would the next day be playing with someone else. That's just how it was back then. So like, it wasn't how it is now, where you have to go through like a whole process and shit of getting people off the team. So back then, people would call me like, they would call me a sketch. They'd be like, dude, the form was so sketchy, blah blah blah. Like, I didn't take offense to that. Like, if you look at my track record, fucking every time that I would leave a team or like sketch on a team, you know what I'm saying? Like, people call me sketchy, I would join another team and I would outplace the team I left. So like, at the end of the day, you're really looking out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to be loyal to that kid you keep hitting top 16 with, bro, be my fucking guest. Be loyal. I don't give a fuck. Like, we're doing this at the end of the day because this is the job that we chose. Like, you want to set yourself up to make the most money and put yourself in the best position to win. You know what I'm saying? So, if you want to hate on that, then I just don't think like you really understand the nature of the sport. And like, those values are cool to have and shit, but you should at the end of the day, like, you should be trying to look out for yourself. Because here's the thing too, is that majority of players, if you're getting an offer to go to a team or something and you don't take it, here's the thing: a lot of people on your team would take the same fucking offer if they got it. They just didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? So they're just gonna call you like a snake and shit, which is whatever. Like, I'm okay with people being upset if I leave their teams or want to not play with them anymore. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a 20-year-old kid, fucking trying to win tournaments, and like, you know, like, I'm not gonna stay with a team that I think isn't very good because the community's gonna call me a sketch or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how many people, you know how many pros that I think like were actually pretty good over the years, and they just stuck with the same group of fucking people because like they were just friends or they didn't want to leave them or something when they probably could have and should have, and they ended up being stuck in the same old cycle of getting fucking top 6 or top 8 or top 16 even. Like I said, bro, I made the decision myself to not be that type of player or person. Like, at the end of the day, like, you gotta do what's best for yourself, bro. I don't think a lot of players really understood that. But now it's not really like that anymore, because now it's like contracts, to where you get on a fucking team and you're pretty much set there for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, with franchising, you're pretty much there for the whole year, no matter what.